Bostonian is Matt Perrault.
This is our city.
The Book is Dave Sherapan.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Together, they are the Bostonian versus the Book.
You covered 12. I covered.
Follow the show on Twitter at Boston versus the Book.
How do you like them apples?
Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sherapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
Happy Roll Call Friday, guys. How are you? Welcome into the Friday episode of the Bostonian versus the Book. No cats will be jumping behind me today, in case you're curious. That's an inside joke that you guys will get later in the program. He is Dave Sherapan. I am Matt Perrault. We are live on YouTube at Boston versus the Book. Same on Twitter, X, and replayed on Sports Grid Television and Sirius XM channel 159. Been an interesting morning, Dave. A lot of people are looking for the cat.
Marshmallow. Marshmallow's going viral. I can't get enough of it. I mean, you got me this morning. I just happened to be scrolling, getting ready for the show, and don't
understand. I'm just here to see the cat jump fail. Yeah, you're on, John. That's what happened.
Yeah, listen, it's Roll Call Friday, so we got a ton of stuff to talk about, things to look at, and we're all waiting to see if the cat makes it the second time.
He's not in here. He pushed open the door while I was taping last night on the Daily Juice, in case you're curious. He pushed open the door. That oftentimes can lead to some bad things, but I was trying to rush to get out of there and try to wrap up the podcast as quickly as possible. The cat decided to jump up behind me and mistimed the jump, didn't get the right distance, and then fell backwards almost on its head, ripping down that Daily Juice helmet, the picture, everything. And it was a dead cat bounce for the Boston Bruins, which it was perfect because the Bruins won 1-0 last night in the first game since firing Jim Montgomery. So it all kind of factored in and it worked out well. So that's the joke for, is the helmet okay? Yes, the helmet is okay. The helmet is fine. I guess I got to fix the strap. I guess it's a little bit off. So I'll fix that tomorrow. So or today or whatever. So I watched it 5 times. Dave said you won't watch it more than on Twitter. Dave wrote, he said you won't watch it once. You watch it more than once. So
it was a lock that you would watch it twice because it catches you by surprise the first time. And you're like, wait a second. And then there's no more noise. Like you think the cat just did move and you're like, wait, did the Bruins win? The Bruins, the Bruins won. Yeah. which made it better because you're like, you didn't even get phased. So,
I can't. He's done it so many times. He's done it. The dogs have been barking. Ninja bites people. Like it's just what happens in this house. It's just a complete and utter chaotic animal mess that I've been telling my daughter we have to figure out a way to remove some of these animals at some point in the near future because there's too many of them and she doesn't keep track of any of them. I take care of all of them. So we're in this current debate about which animals do you really want? Like, do you want the lizard? Because I don't think you want the lizard. You don't do anything with the lizard. There's no point. And that thing can live for another 18 years. Like, it's ridiculous. It can live from 20 to 25 years. Like, what?
It will be perfect when she goes off to college.
Yeah. Here, take your lizard with you.
Take the lizard with you.
There you
and
go.
if it comes back, it comes back. Yeah. We're having an issue here with the frogs. That the frogs were middle consigs.
Okay.
And the frogs are hanging on. And
how many frogs are there?
There's 3 little frogs.
Really?
Yeah.
What do they eat?
I don't even know. I agreed to the frogs saying I would never clean the tank and never feed them.
Fair. Okay.
And so far, that's where we're at.
Good.
And I keep walking by and hoping to just tap the glass, make sure they're still okay. And I'm like, are you people feeding these frogs? Because if Kelsey comes home and doesn't have her frogs, like she's going to ask who's to blame for this. And I'm going to point right at you people. It's not me.
Tell you.
I had nothing to do with it.
So Daniel Jones got cut this morning by the Giants. $20 million in dead money because of this move. He walked in, said, let me go. The team said, fine. They all issued statements trying to make it all kumbaya. But it's Thursday of game week, Dave. You cut your starting quarterback on Friday of game week. I mean, Friday morning, I guess. Friday morning of game week.
Did you hear his prepared speech
on Thursday? Yeah.
That sounded like a goodbye. That sounded like we have,
reached
I
the
will
end.
take one for the team. I will read this and say it was my fault. I didn't play good. So CBW, is that confirmed? Jones was playing safety for the practice squad.
Yeah.
He didn't like playing defense.
Don't blame him. Don't blame him.
Yeah. So
he has no more guaranteed money. And so the team just said, okay, like you can go play somewhere else. The question will be, if you are a team with a backup quarterback need, do you sign Daniel Jones?
Maybe.
I think yes. I think if I have a legitimate backup, if I have a question, I mean, I think what your team is doing is pretty interesting because Justin Fields is playing in short yardage. So it's a wrinkle. I mean, Daniel Jones could be a short yardage running back, short yardage quarterback for you. So if you want to bring him in and have him be a guy that can extend drives for you, I don't think it's a bad role for him at all.
As long as all parties involved understand it at the beginning. I'd hate to bring him in and then have the guy think I'm trying to take his job by signing this guy right now. It's week 12 of the NFL.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it wouldn't be a bad move for some teams because, well, I don't want to say the drop off wouldn't be as much because I don't know who would sign him, but it might help. Like in the room, we always had that rating with a team with a starter, and then the drop off from the backup.
Right.
Was when it's drastic, it's season over. Like Miami was season over until Tua came back. Mm-hmm. Dallas is season over.
Well, it was interesting because a couple of people on Twitter said, I wouldn't be surprised if Daniel Jones had a career arc that was similar to Baker Mayfield, where he was on a bad team. He got beat up a lot. He didn't get the coaching or the help around him until later in his career. And then he found a place, obviously in Tampa, and found a team that was willing to invest in him and really build an offense that was going to be hit to his liking and to what will make him successful. We'll see. I mean, he's a good backup quarterback. We know this. He can back up probably anybody in the league. Is he a starting quarterback in the NFL? I don't know. The Giants thought he was, and they gave him a lot of money, and
somebody did. Yeah, but I mean, look, our guy Anthony Red here came in with a comment on the X that I just saw. The guy stinks. He robbed the money, so be happy. And I think a lot of people feel that way, P-Roll.
I mean,
it's good to see you, by the way.
As a starting quarterback, that's not a horrible take. I mean, as a starting quarterback, Daniel Jones was a bust. I mean, let's be honest. Mitch Trubisky and Daniel Jones. Let's not draft quarterbacks from North Carolina and Duke. I am crossing my fingers that Drake May is not in the same number, in the same line as drafting quarterbacks.
Is that a genuine concern? Were you thinking that at all?
100%. It's been my concern since Drake May was on the radar screens of everybody. I was like, I love Drake May. He played quarterback in North Carolina for Mac Brown. I'm really worried about that. Hopefully, he's really, hopefully because Alabama wanted him, that's the one little hook. Drake May decided to stay home for family to play for North Carolina, but he could have played for Saban at North Carolina, at Alabama, and he chose not to. So he decommitted from Bama to go to North Carolina. Okay. The hope is, now with that stated, Alabama quarterbacks have sucked in the pros too, pretty much. So, Tua has been USC quarterback. Yeah. So I that's my worry, right? My fear is that Drake could be the next in line. He's had a very good start to his career in New England, and I hope he's different. Crossing my fingers. But, Trubisky came out of North Carolina. We had, Daniel Jones out of Duke, right? You played at Duke, right? Yeah. So let's not draft quarterbacks from non-traditional powerhouse programs when it comes to quarterback development. So
Ben Roethlisberger went to Miami of Ohio.
Yep. Yeah, Drake does look a lot better now that he can get him some weapons. He very well could be that. Yeah, but Riley Leonard absolutely went to Duke. He was from Duke. He went to North Carolina, to Notre Dame, and he's had an up and down year in this graduate season at Notre Dame. So Sam Howell too. Yes, Sam Howell, another North Carolina. He wasn't awful though. I didn't mind Sam Howell. Sam Howell just, unfortunately, Sam Howell and Drake May, they're right now look very similar to me, because Sam Howell was good for his start in his rookie year, sophomore year. Everyone loved him. And then, well, he was with Washington and things just went down for him. And now they have the real quarterback.
When you get hit a lot, it changes everything. You know, I mean, and their CBW, good call. Sam was a 5th-round draft pick.
He was, yep. Size was an issue. Arm strength was an issue. Holds the ball too long.
I don't know. Yes. Back in the day, you didn't have to go to certain schools to make it. I mean,
that was the run for MAC, right? For the MAC conference for a long time. How many quality, you mentioned Roethlisberger. There were so many quality quarterbacks that came out because they were hungry. They were willing to learn. They were willing to sit. They didn't have to start right away. There could be 4th and 5th round picks. I mean, Tom Brady was a 6th round pick. There's plenty, for every Peyton Manning first top of the draft quarterback story we've got, there's plenty of quarterbacks that were not. Baker Mayfield was number 1 overall. Like, there's been plenty of quarterbacks who have stuck in the league, who have been top picks, but there's been plenty of others who have not been top picks, who have been 3rd, 4th, 5th round draft picks, who have come in and taking advantage. I mean, it's a crapshoot. Quarterback is a really hard thing to draft. Develop. You mentioned it. How many times do you get hit? How many times do you get, your coordinator gets fired and you have that revolving door of who's your coach and what system are you in?
Got to learn the audibles another time. You got another set of signals for the same plays. It's hard enough to remember all that stuff.
Here's an answer. I don't know if I agree with that, Anthony. I think the teams in the NFL are playing the kids too fast. I mean, I think
it's a little bit of both, because the game is different. We've talked about how college football is different than the NFL.
100%.
And I mean, you don't see a lot. Like, the first time that a quarterback takes a snap under center is when they get into the NFL.
Fair.
I mean, what is that? Like, we practiced that as kids. Snap, center. Like, you had to know how to do that. Then you had to learn how to hand the ball off properly. When there was a whole basic set of things that you had to do, you got to be able to do that stuff in the NFL. And I don't know. It's going to be interesting. We talked about it before the show, to see if anybody signs him.
He has to pass through waivers first, but no one's taking the $20 million contract.
No.
Right? No one's taking his contract. So we'll pass through waivers, and then we'll see where he goes. We'll see who winds up taking him. I think there's a bunch of teams. I mean, the Jets might sign him. I mean, right there, the Jets might take him to back up Rodgers. Just go ahead and put. I mean, there's a bunch of teams I think that might be out there that could be interested in grabbing a hold of him and see.
All that said, the Giants are going to cover this week.
Wow. Okay. I mean, the Colts. If I was the Colts, I would sign him. I'd cut Flacco and take Daniel Jones.
What?
That was the Colts. I'd cut Joe Flacco's toast. We know he is. He's done. He's not going to play. I'd draft. He's right. He's a veteran backup who could run the same offense as Anthony Richardson, and we know that he gets hurt all the time. So you need to have somebody.
We can do that right now.
Why not?
Colts. Because you just did the carousel with the this and the that, and you benched them, and now you're starting. Let's just settle that down. I think if you're the Colts, I don't want to upset that.
I don't mind the Lions. Who is the backup? Who is the backup for the Detroit Lions? I don't even know who's backing up.
Put it in the chat. I have no idea.
Who's backing up Jared Goff in Detroit? Not a bad place for him either.
I honestly have no idea. You could say anybody's name right now.
Eagles would be a decent fit. Yep, that wouldn't be bad.
What's wrong with Kenny Pickett?
Come on.
Who is the backup?
His hometown team. Oh, it's Hendon Hooker is backing up.
Hooker? Really?
Yeah. I'd take Daniel Jones over Hooker. Yes. I'd take Daniel Jones over Hooker. It's backup quarterback conversations, but someone in the chat said Saquon Barkley is laughing all the way to Philadelphia. And it's true. I mean, Saquon, the Giants have made some really bad decisions over the last couple of years and has put them squarely into the awful category for franchises right now. And they used to be one of the best run, best ownership, stable. And now they're a complete and utter mess.
I guess so.
Complete mess. Giants are a complete mess. Jets are the whole state of New York football is a complete mess.
Oh, here he goes.
It's true. I mean, they're all look at it. They're an absolute disaster. And now you got $20 million in dead cap money on Daniel Jones.
Oh boy,
that you have to suffer through next year and deal with it. And like, I mean, if I'm the Eagles, you got to feel pretty good about where you stand right now, just from a stability standpoint. And they're going to mess it up because they're going to go and fire the coach.
Who?
The Eagles.
No, they're not.
Okay.
They're fine.
Really? Do you follow our guys? You think Kincaid's fine? You think Sirianni is safe? Ooh.
Keeps winning games.
Yeah, they don't like him, though. The second he loses in the NFC Championship game, they're going to blow him out.
Well, better replace him with somebody that wins. Because they got a good football team.
Yep.
And it's working.
NFC East is a disaster, really, except for the Commanders who have some future, but
I was going to say,
but they're sliding though.
They're
coming back down to earth. The Commanders had a
well, I mean, they're above expectations to this point,
right?
So I don't know. I still think they're going to make the playoffs.
The Washington Commanders, they better. I mean, they better.
It's right there.
They better. I
got to win a couple more games. I mean, they got a bunny this week.
Yeah, got to win a bunch more games.
Cowboys.
What happened last night? You're wearing the Browns stuff. The Browns came back to beat your Steelers in the snow, 24-19. Mike Tomlin now is 0-6 straight up against divisional games on the road on Thursday Night Football. So you'll wear Brown stuff. You won't wear Raven stuff. That's your line?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, right now.
Okay.
I mean, if the Ravens win and I got to, bet with Kevin or something and I got to get the Ravens. I have that Ravens script hat. That's it. This one I had to pick up because,
Brownie.
Yeah. I mean, this was like buying a real long shot future. I mean, it was a $5 special. Nobody wanted this. I said, how much is that? Give it to me. I'll take it.
Man, you're the haters, the Steeler, Tomlin, Carver crew is sharpening their knives today. They are, even before we started the show today, Steeler fans were roasting your coach in the chat.
I don't know what the last 2 minutes of the whole game was. Wow. Chris-88, good to see you in the chat, sir. Thank you for being here. Tomlin, the most overrated coach in the history of the NFL media darling. Damn. I mean, Chris, that's hard. I mean, the guy keeps winning. He's never had a losing season. I don't know if you heard that, but
he's 8-3 this year.
Listen, they went forward on fourth down multiple times, didn't get it. They had every opportunity to have that game in control. They never did until they had it won. And then on 3rd and 4, brings in Fields to throw a bomb. And then call the timeout, accept the penalty, don't accept the penalty. That was intentional grounding. They called it illegal touching, but that notwithstanding, it doesn't come down to one game or one play. What do you think of snow games?
They're super fun to watch.
So much fun to watch on TV.
Yeah, it's great.
Tough to go.
But here's the problem. What is Pickens doing? I really don't think the Cleveland Browns are a good team at all. I think the conditions kind of saved them today. George Pickens after the game. What are you saying? Why are you doing that?
Because you got to play him again at home.
But you don't need to say this. Like, just say we didn't execute. We didn't play well. Shut up. Like, don't say this. Like, what are you doing? Why would you give them this type of bulletin board material?
The wide receivers never really care.
Yeah, but everyone else has to pay for the check.
The wide receivers.
I know, but it's somebody else's ass that's got to cash the check this guy's writing. Like, it's not. It's like what are you doing? Like, saying this. I don't care if it's true or not. I don't care if the snow became the equalizer. You guys fumbled before the snow ever came. I mean, Russ's fumble wasn't due to the snow. He just fumbled. Like, the turnovers. I don't know. It's just I don't understand the point of this, because he got into the fight after the game with Greg Newsome.
Yeah.
On the Hail Mary. And then Newsome went and called him a fake tough guy.
Did you see the Hail Mary? Like, it looked like a forward taking out a defenseman on the boards, like just riding him out all the way into the back of the, like, there was no sign of anyone around stopping him or whatever. Yeah. I didn't really see a real clear vision of what went on, but I was like, what are you doing? The games, just get in the locker room. Like, that's enough.
Right. Just end it. Just, it's over. It's fine. Nope. I mean, look, I think everyone's saying Steelers will be fine. I think they will be fine. They're 8-3. It's a letdown spot, but it's why I didn't do. I mean, I could have same game teased it last night, and that would have hit because the Colts would have cut. I mean, the Browns would
cover and
covered.
over. Yeah,
but I just bet the over because I was like, I'm just betting the over because the game was a seesaw. Like, it was exactly how I thought it was going to be. Like, it was so hard to get any real read as to how the teams were going to go. And frankly, I think Pickens is right on this case. I don't know what the second half would have looked like if the teams had not been dealing with the conditions. If it was not raining, if it was not snowing, if it was not windy, if it was just normal conditions, I don't know, because the turnovers, there were a couple of plays where, I mean, Pickens was open in the end zone and the wind blew the ball, so it didn't get to him. He was wide open. I thought there were some running holes that probably could have been exploited well by the running for both teams for that matter, but the footing just wasn't there. So they weren't able to cut and they weren't able to do what they normally would do. So I don't know. I think snow games are fun, but he's not wrong. Pickens is not wrong. It does change the game and how you play the game when there's that much snow on the ground.
It does. Boswell still makes field goals. It's amazing.
Although kicking a 58-yarder in the wind is not really the most intelligent call, right? I mean, Tomlin's getting ripped for that.
I don't know. There were times he went for it. I thought, kick it. And then one time he kicked it. He could have gone, go for it. I don't know.
This Steelers got pushed around on both sides of the ball.
Well, the one takeaway, I think, and Raymaker Lou is a diehard, born and raised in Pittsburgh, and he's the first one to hate on the Steelers, which I guess I get when you're in that crucible and you go to the games, which he did last week with one snap. Where was TJ Watt? How important is TJ Watt to the whole defensive game plan?
A lot.
If he don't do anything.
Watt was on a milk carton for a month.
I mean, yeah. Ask the chat right now.
Okay.
Because we got people from all over, and it's Roll Call Friday, and about an hour from now, we're going to call out wherever you're at a 3-digit area code. But give them a poll to vote on. Would you want Mike Tomlin as your head coach? Yes or no?
If you say no, you're lying.
I don't know.
You say
I
no,
don't
you're
know.
lying.
There's people that are adamant. Like, if you had a team, would you want Mike Tomlin as your coach? I'm interested to see what people from outside of the bubble say, because, I mean, there's a lot of moving parts in there. They got 2 quarterbacks. They got different things happening.
I think you're lying. I think if you vote no, you're lying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're lying. I'd love to see what is. Go through the league right now. Okay. If you were doing an NFL coach draft, who would you draft before you would take Mike Tomlin?
Oh.
List is not long. The Walrus comes number 1. Take Andy Reid first, right? He's your top. He's your top pick. Andy Reid's number 1.
Hard to argue that.
Number 2 is what? John Harbaugh?
I mean, Jim's doing okay and has a pedigree.
Dan Campbell comes in 3.
He's up there.
Okay. Kyle Shanahan comes in somewhere 4, right?
He's up there.
And Mike Tomlin's right there. He's right there. Mike Tomlin's right there as a top 5
LaFleur's done a good job in Green Bay.
He has. I'll give you LaFleur. Yep. Okay. He hasn't won anything yet, but I'll give you that.
Vinko Martinsevich, all the way from Croatia, said Harbaugh is overrated.
Which one? Jim or John?
Oh.
I'm guessing you're saying John, but.
The juice. Dan Campbell's in the bottom half.
Oh, what are you talking about? You're sorry, the juice. You're
Ross
lost.
Randall wants Stefanski over Tomlin.
Stefanski over Ross? What are you doing? What? No, you do not. Stefanski's going to get fired. What are you talking about?
Man,
he's going to get chucked out. You guys are all nuts.
Can you
Brian
imagine
Flores.
how hard it is? What about McVay?
McVay? I mean, I am not the right person to talk about Sean McVay. Okay. I'm not. I think Sean McVay, I like Sean McVay. I'm just not. I'm not as go crazy for Sean McVay as everybody else.
Daniel G. LMAO. The juice is Nick Wright's burner.
I guess so. I mean, is Nick? I know Nick. Is Nick all in on?
Is Nick in the show? Is he in the chat?
No, on certain guys. Tomlin for Eberflus. Do it right now. You mean put Tomlin on the Bears? That's what you mean? Because I think that's good.
Yeah,
I think that's good.
The fact that you didn't say Dable immediately is a disgrace, Sully says. Wow. This
Dable's
coaching
awful.
thing is a hot button topic.
Brian Dable is horrible.
Wow.
He's getting fired. Brian Dable's getting fired. Like, what are you talking about? He's
I don't know now. I mean, you picked it.
Oh, Nick Wright is a known Detroit hater.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, he's from Kansas City.
I thought he was in the chat.
He's from Kansas City. So what do you expect? You know, it's what happens. A lot of inferiority complex with the hair, you know, it happens. No, we didn't ask for the worst. No, we said we're talking about the best. The coach is not the worst. Yeah. I mean, I think there's a lot of people who look at the coach that they have on their team and they think that they can do better. And I'll just say, be really careful what you wish for, because it's not a guarantee that coach that comes in, it's supposed to be great, is going to be great. I mean, everyone thought Shane Steichen was going to be the next coming of Jesus. He's been okay. He hasn't been great with Indianapolis. He's been all right. I know
a lot of things have to go right. You can be the best coach in the world.
Right.
And if you get injuries or you get a little dissension that you have to fix, like there's a lot of things that go into it to then make you win. But like,
how many coaches
Tomlin's
have you had?
Never won coach of the year. And
in your life?
He's won it twice.
In your life, how many coaches have you seen for the Steelers?
3.
That's insane.
I'm 54.
Okay. And there's
Chuck
something to
Noll,
be said for that.
Bill Carr, and Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
They don't change coaches.
And that is something to be said. And that there is a lot about continuity that can be, you know, I don't mind the Bengals' inability to fire coaches and they just sit there with Marvin Lewis and they finally fired him and they have Zach Taylor and they're going to sit on him. When it doesn't work, have the guts to make the decision. But Tomlin wins. Look, he doesn't win as much as you want him to win, but he wins. Like ask a Panther fan, like, hey, how do you feel about the direction of your team? Would you want to win more than you lose every single year? How would you feel about that? I think most fan bases would sign up for that. Want to watch your team be successful. Yes, he's won 1 championship. And yes, people say that the media carries water for him and blah, blah, blah. Mike Tomlin's a really good head coach.
Gives you the good sound bites.
Really good head coach. Really, really good.
Internet Rich said Tomlin is easily one of the best coaches in NFL history. Those that know.
NFL history. He's a Hall of Famer. I'll give you that. So I guess by that case, he would be one of the best coaches in NFL history because I'd put him in the Hall of Fame. So, okay. Yeah, I guess that's a little bit bombastic on the surface, but I think if I think about it, I think it's probably right.
St. Louis Ray said we would take Tomlin in St. Louis to coach the baseball Cardinals.
Amen. I mean, like 9-8 Tomlin, the Steve Fisher of our era. Man, you guys hate him.
Wow.
You guys, and yet he's apparently the most polarizing coach in the league. It's very true. It's
WV Punch Drunk.
You guys are fired up about that. Not many coaches have won a Super Bowl in the last 15 years. Yes. Because I'm on like a whole different level because like I'm on the Belichick chain. So like I'm on the greatest coach of all time and I'm good with whoever coaches the Patriots for the next 20 years. Like I got a chance to watch greatness for 20 years. And if Belichick goes and coaches somewhere else, okay, that's fine, but it doesn't change what happened in New England. I think that just sets a bar that's so unrealistic for so many teams Like, that's the bar. Well, he's not Belichick. Well, okay, who is? Like, nobody is. So I don't know.
I just remember Chuck Noll being, when I was a little kid, and no one knew how to get rid of Chuck Noll. I mean, the Steelers were bad for a couple of years in the mid '80s.
Right.
Nobody knew what to do, and it was, it's hard to replace him. Steelers got very lucky when they got Cowher from Cleveland. He was a special teams coach or defensive line coach or something, and everybody's like, "Wait a second!" And it was cool because he was from, the town next to me. He was from Crafton, Pennsylvania. He sounded like everybody. So he had a pass, and man, it just, took over. And then to replace him with Tomlin was, I don't know. Maybe people are tired of it.
Yes, because everybody wants that churn, right? If you don't win a championship, they want you to. I mean, Jim Montgomery, the Boston Bruins, set the record for the most wins and points in the history of the NHL, and 2 years later, he gets fired. Like, that's sports today. Like, it doesn't matter what you did before. It doesn't matter what your resume states. It's what's happening right now. And right now, Mike Tomlin's 8-3. So, like, right now, Mike Tomlin is 1 win away from another winning season. He's never had a losing season. He wins 1 more game the rest of the way, and he's had a winning season. So
over the season win totals for that. So I don't know. I think you guys are. Schedule's brutal. I mean, they're gonna get 1 or 2 more wins, right?
I told you that. Yeah. Probably, yeah, and that's going to really hurt because people are going to go, wait, we're 8-3, now we're 8-4, now we're 8-5, now we're 9-5, now we're 10 and it's like it's going to hurt when that happens. When those losses start to mount, people are going to be there. Okay, not championships, just 1 playoff win. He's won a championship. It hasn't. You guys haven't gone to the playoffs much recently. I'll give you that, man. Chris 88, he hates Tomlin. He is. Ooh, all right. Steelers are done.
Xenophone Janulius.
1 game, 1 loss. They lose on the road in the snow. They were leading that game, by the way, until they're done. Pittsburgh's done.
Man.
Okay. Pulling the plug fast, guys. Okay. We're a little bit overreactionary. This is knee-jerk Friday, not knee-jerk Monday, but this is a knee-jerk Friday reaction. Yeah, I agree. You guys are all haters.
Man, crazy.
I agree. Oh my!
What about Jameis though? Jameis was great.
But this is fun because if you don't like Mike Tomlin, if you like Mike Tomlin, you hate Dan Campbell. If you hate Dan Campbell, you probably like Mike Tomlin because look, the schedule is brutal. I'll give it to you. But the juice, Dan Campbell is a cheerleader, rah-rah coach with 0 awareness of game flow and game scenarios.
Wow, really?
There's a lot of people who hate Dan Campbell. I like Dan Campbell. I like coaches that motivate. I like coaches that can get locker rooms to play above their talent. Sure, he makes mistakes. Sure, he has issues. But wow. I mean, whoo boy, guys. I agree. That's true. Need to relax. They're fine.
Thank you, Shrew. And no, don't get used to me wearing this brown stuff. Please don't.
He says it look good in it.
I know.
He likes you in it.
I know. It's not happening a lot. It was fun to see Jameis do what he did and the pregame stuff. The horses are ready.
This is okay. I get the point. Okay. They had a big lead and they blew it. All right.
Won't happen again.
But I am a big believer in you have to learn how to win.
100%.
You got to learn. You got to make the mistake. You got to stub your toe and go, all right, I won't do that again. It happens in the NBA all the time. It doesn't happen as much in the NFL because it's just really hard to get back to that level. But the Lions are clearly on that trajectory to get back to where they were. And they'll all learn from it. They'll be better for it. And they'll have the experience as a coaching staff as to how to approach those situations. I don't think that's going to be the story of Dan Campbell. I think we are very much still writing the story of Dan Campbell. I think it's way too early to make that judgment based off of being in a big spot on the road. I mean, there were dogs in the game. They had it won at halftime. You got to play a second half. Second half of that game last night was crazy. It looked a lot different than the first half.
Type it in the chat, boys and girls. Get used to typing stuff in the chat. We'll ask a bunch of questions today before we get to the roll call. Who wins the AFC North? It's Baltimore or Pittsburgh? I mean, if you're going to type it in there, Pete Roll, who are you typing?
Coin flip. I'll say Ravens based upon the schedule, but I don't know. I think you guys have a pretty good inside track. Ravens have to win.
The Ravens have to win Monday.
Yeah. I think they will. It's tough. Look, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Ravens, Steelers. Like, it's all over the place. Ravens.
Well, I mean, the price is almost. It's the Steelers were slight favorites before the game last night. Now the Ravens are slight favorites.
Pittsburgh. It's all over the place. Man. It's tough. You would say I would say the Ravens no matter what. No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
but
you get the ticket on them to win them.
But they don't need to win they don't need to win the division to make the Super Bowl.
Right.
I mean, they can get out of there easily. So I mean, yes, Steelers have a better defense than the Ravens, Tommy, but the offense is much better in Baltimore than it is Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh can't run the ball. It's a big problem. Steelers used to be able to run the football.
It's evolving. It's evolving.
3 weeks in a row, you guys can't run the ball. I bet it last night. I bet the under on Najee. It was 73.5. Bet the under. It's the same. You guys can't run the ball. Like, it's just you even in the snow, you couldn't run the football. So you couldn't get the first down. Can't run the football. Like, that's a big concern. If I'm a Steeler fan, defense will be fine. Russ has been good. Wideouts can get open. You can't run the ball. And in the North, that's a problem.
Wow. Fathead said Ravens and Steelers, no chance going to the bowl.
Wow. No chance. Disagree with that, Fathead. No
what if
chance.
They end up playing each other in the 2-3?
Yeah, I wouldn't say no chance.
Although, no, that's going to be Buffalo.
Why did the Steelers trade for a wideout and don't use him? I mean, Mike Williams has a touchdown catch. He has one. I mean, and Warren has been better running the ball than Najee. I'll give you that. Yes, Warren has been a better weapon on the ground. He was last night in particular. Najee's slow. I don't know what's happening with him, but he's regressing before our eyes. That power back run, like, you can do it when you're Derrick Henry. Can't really do it when you're Najee Harris. It's like, what's going on with him?
I feel like the holes have to be really big for Najee.
Yeah.
Like, he's got to have a clear hole to actually get going.
Sully, wow.
81 to the playoffs. I think that is live. Sully, really? Damn.
To miss the playoffs. Oh, my.
Quite the bummer. I can tell you that right now.
They missed the playoffs. That's a thought of an end of the year. My God, that's a bad December.
That would suck.
It would be pretty rough.
I mean, I'm all right with them making the playoffs. I mean, as of right now, I don't know if I don't even think I would bet them, like, as a gift to win the Super Bowl. Holes really big, Dave. Pause. Yeah, you're right. Need the big holes.
All right, to baseball. Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani, unanimous MVPs for the American League and National League, races that literally were over in June. The markets were reflective as such. It was not even a conversation, but pretty wild to see this stat. Since 2018, both Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani rank in the top 5 for home runs, OPS, and WAR. And Shohei Ohtani, since 2018, it has the 11th best ERA for starters in Major League Baseball. It's pretty good.
Pretty good. Doesn't even make sense.
Come on, JC from KC. Bobby is not the real MVP. He had a good year. It's not the MVP over Aaron Judge.
Can't argue it.
Sorry.
Bobby got screwed?
No, he did not.
Bobby got screwed. Football guy 97. He had a great year.
Great year. Build on it.
Judge
had a historic year. He sucked in the playoffs, which I have been of the opinion forever that your playoff performance should 100% factor into the MVP award, but nope, it's a regular season award.
Man. Type it in the chat, boys and girls. We just went through this with the Ravens and the Steelers. Who's your American League MVP?
Ohtani was 30-1. Oh, combination MVP Dodgers championship parlay was 30-1. Okay, I was like, how did Ohtani MVP be 30-1? Yeah, not a bad 30-1 ticket if you bet it.
No, but he was close to Tommy. Was that close to double digits for the Ohtani prop?
For Yeah, going in, because he was DHing.
He was like, he was like 10-1, 8-1.
Because they were worried
a
DH couldn't win it, right? That the people wouldn't vote for a DH to win the MVP. So that was why Ohtani's price was high, because what the voters were going to vote for. So
did you see Sonic Wrench?
It's
you should do it. You should do it.
Fine, we'll do it. It's I retired it. Retired the Ohtani watch for baseball season. So it's not really watching Ohtani. He won the award. So
the people love the Ohtani watch.
See, if you don't play the field, you
boy,
win the MVP.
What are we doing? Boy, This November.
Football guy's on one today. Who pissed you off? Who pissed you off today? Somebody pissed off football guy today.
Play well when doesn't matter.
He must be getting ready for the in-laws to show up next week. He's sharpening the knives. My God. Judge is a fraud? A fraud. Wow. Okay. I'll take him on my team. I mean, I'll take that fraud. I'll take 50 home runs a year. That's a fraud. Woo.
Done it multiple seasons.
Ice cold. Man. Oh, Joe the Fat Panda agrees. No DH, no MVP.
No MVP stands. Wow.
I mean, David Ortiz has every right to be furious today. Like, David Ortiz has every right to be like, what the hell? I had back-to-back years where I had insane numbers. And the writer said, sorry, you're an MVP. You're a DH. You can't be MVP. And with Ohtani, they're just like, oh, it's Ohtani. I mean, come on. We got to vote for the guy.
It's 50 home runs and 50 steals. He invented a club.
But he never caught a single ball. He didn't play one out of defense all year. Most valuable means the most valuable on both sides, offense and defense. This is what they told David Ortiz. You can't just hit. Have 4 at-bats a night. That's it. Running the bases, playing out in the field, having to go through just the typical both sides, batting practice and fielding practice. Like, it takes a lot out of you. If you're just hitting and that's all you're doing, it's easier. So the 50 for 50 comes with an asterisk, okay? 50 for 50 is unbelievable. He did it without playing defense.
Roger Long said none of the old rules still apply.
Correct.
New day, new age.
That sucks.
Let it go. Let it go, Ortiz. Let it go, Big Poppy.
No, I think Ortiz has a right to be furious about what the writers told him about why he couldn't do it. I get that. No other DH did it. Went 50 for 50. Club of 1. Absolutely. But he didn't play defense. I'm not taking away the club of 1. Is he the MVP? Most valuable.
The club is the chat is spicy today. You're right, WB Punch Drunk One. I like this. Aiden Thomas said he led the National League in WAR.
Paw Patrol's the real MVP. They slowed down Judge. That's awesome. I think if you look at this from a big picture perspective, we're going to have these conversations because the DH is in the National League. And so this is when Ortiz was doing it. It was an American League conversation only. And so the National League didn't have it. So that's why it was easier to say, sorry, you can't be an MVP in a DH. It doesn't mesh. Well, now that both leagues have it, now we're seeing a softening of that opinion. And yes, you can be an MVP and be a DH.
Right.
I don't vote for it. I don't bet on these things. But I mean, look, Ohtani was insane, incredible, wild, everything. Won a championship. It's awesome. But he didn't play defense.
Tommy Lorenzo, zinger.
He's right, though.
Stole 17 bases in a career. Ohtani stole 17 bases in June.
I'm not trying to compare the two guys, okay? I'm not comparing the two because technically Ortiz hit more home runs than Ohtani did that year. I think Ortiz hit 55, 56. So I'm not trying to compare the two in terms of like their overall seasons. I'm just saying what was used as a criteria for who got a vote for MVP. The knock on Ortiz was, sorry, I think Edgar Martinez won it the year that David Ortiz is really mad about in 2002 or 3. Like
Edgar Martinez was a DH.
Hold on, let me see.
I don't think it was Edgar Martinez.
Hold on.
And Judge did drop the most important fly ball in the
He did.
in the World Series. That was not That wasn't good.
No, because so David Ortiz in 2006, 54 home runs, 137 RBIs, and 119 walks, 355 total bases. All of those led Major League Baseball.
That's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
He had 29 doubles. He had
Joe Mauer. Joe Mauer won it that year.
He had 160 hits. Okay. In 2006, he came in third in the voting. Third. 54 home runs, tops in baseball. 137 RBIs, tops in baseball. 119 walks, tops in baseball.
Who won? It was Joe Mauer?
2006 MVP, AL MVP.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It was Joe Mauer, and
MVP was Justin Morneau. Justin Morneau. Justin Morneau.
Justin Morneau
won the MVP.
Wow.
Come on, bro. That's a joke. What a it's a clown. It's
Tim Muccio. I see you working. Ortiz did steroids. People saying that back then. I don't remember.
Okay, people are saying the same thing about Judge now. It's not the point. He got 82% of the vote. He had 34 home runs and 130 RBIs. David Ortiz hit 20 more home runs, had more RBIs, walked. He almost tripled his walks, or it was 53 to 119, so 2.5 times the walks. Batting average was 321 to 287. On base plus slugging. I mean, his on base plus slugging. Ortiz 1.049 to 934. Ortiz killed him.
Who had the higher batting average?
Morneau was the only offensive category he beat David Ortiz as total hits and RBI in batting average.
Right.
54 home runs to 34 home runs, 137 RBIs to 130 RBIs, 119 walks to 53 walks. I mean, like, come on. Ortiz scored 115 runs, Morneau 97. Derek Jeter came in number 2, by the way, in all of this. David Ortiz didn't come in second. He came in third in the voting in 2006.
Well, I mean, Jeter's the man.
Jeter batted 343 that year.
Wow. That's
14 home runs, 97 RBIs, 34 steals, 69 walks, OPS of 900. Ortiz destroyed him offensively.
But he didn't play the field.
Correct.
There you go.
So where's Ohtani then? So you think should Ohtani
it was
have been knocked
back then? You're right. In the American League.
Baseball's baseball. What do you mean? It's no difference. Baseball's baseball. Do you play the field or not? The criteria in 06 was if you don't play the field, you can't win the MVP. Ohtani didn't play the field, and Ohtani won the MVP.
Things change.
Things do change. Not that I like it. Speaking of change, robot umpires. You ready?
I love the challenge system. I love it. If they can implement it and get it right, I think I'm good with it.
What do you mean get it right? What's your definition of getting it right?
It can't interfere with the flow of the game.
But it's going to be. You're going to have a challenge. It's going to, of course, it's going to interrupt the flow.
The challenge at the minor league games takes 3 seconds.
Okay.
They literally, the batter taps his helmet or the manager says challenge. They look at it. It's literally in 2 seconds, ball or strike, done. So if they can do it, where I saw something on Real Sports about it when they were testing it in a minor league ballpark in Florida.
Right.
And Aiden Thomas, thank you, sir. Challenge system has been super quick. It's great when you see it implemented in person. But this thing, there's an umpire back there calling balls and strikes, but he's being told what to call. So there's no like robot there going beep, strike. It's not like the tennis. But I mean, when you can see the tennis serves that are 135 miles an hour touch an inch of that line in a second, they better freaking be able to figure out how to do this. I mean, the games flow really well right now. Like this watching baseball games is not a chore for people that don't love baseball.
I cannot wait to watch this happen. Like, this is going to be fascinating to me to see how your long-time entrenched staple umpires receive the idea of having their strike zone challenged, consistently challenged.
They're going to get new umpires that work with the earpiece in their ear and say, did it say ball or strike ball? They're going to get new people. You either adapt or go get a different career. That's what they're going to tell them.
How do you book games with robot umpires?
Again,
how do you do it?
Just
how
go
do you
with
adjust?
The universe. Just like I am with this college football playoff stuff going on. The way that college football changed with the totals and everything else. There's so many things that are all happening right now. You're watching the NFL change, morph into something different, back to maybe the way it was in the 70s with the game and the way it's played, the way it's officiated. You have no idea. Robot umpires? We got to make totals for this? What? Wait a second. I don't know how they're going to challenge it. I don't know what to I am so relieved I ain't got to decide between 8.5, 9. You know, this wind's blowing, the Hawkeye, this, that. Oh, my gosh. It's going to be hard.
Buckle up. It's going to be interesting.
Can we go see that implemented somewhere?
Sure. Well, here, AAA. They have it here.
You think they'll do it here?
Yeah,
that'd be great.
Didn't they do it last year for the Aviators?
Well, they did the challenge system at AAA.
Yeah.
I hope they do this robotic umpire thing or whatever they're going to do in AAA. Sometimes they do it in AA or single A, like a lower level.
Spring training first, and then they're going to bring it. It's going to be in spring training, and they could do the full implementation of it coming in the next couple of years.
Oh, that's perfect. All right, I'm going.
So it's going to have Rob Manfred told The Athletic yesterday or on Wednesday that the league will test the automated ball strike challenge system in spring training next year, and the hope that the system can be implemented in the regular season by 2026. System will give teams 2 challenges per game, with teams retaining them when they are correct. Not every spring training ballpark will reportedly have the ABS cameras, but all teams will have the opportunity to play with the new system.
Perfect.
MLB has experimented with the ABS system in 2 formats in the minors going back to 2019. Some games have seen robot umps used to call every pitch, while others have used a challenge system about to hit the system that's going to hit spring training this year. The challenge system was used full-time at AAA, and you could see it applied on different highlights around the country.
Okay, so that they're just using the challenge system with the spring training thing.
Mm-hmm. Yes, this is what AAA has. This is the top of the head. This is a challenge.
Awesome. It's great.
Yeah,
it's great.
It's going to
happen. Batter's eyes
AAA
are so good. They win the challenge. I mean, they just don't challenge it. If they don't know, they don't challenge it. There's no
but delay. It takes away the idea that some guys have wider strike zones than others, or some guys. I like that. That's what makes baseball baseball. I like the fact that I don't like universal strike zones. I don't like that. It's the only part of sports where I want wiggle room. Everything else, I want it cut and dry. Fair, foul, out, safe, home plate scoring, over the goalpost, over the top, all of that has to be exact. Balls and strikes for me, I like the fact that baseball has differentiating based on the umpire. I've always liked that. I like the human element of baseball.
It's absurd.
Aaron Judge and Jose Altuve play the same sport.
Yeah.
How the hell are we going to have a consistent strike zone for those 2 guys?
The up, down you're still going to get that. It's outside, inside. That's the only time they challenge.
Sometimes I call a high strike. Sometimes I call a low strike. Sometimes the ball is at my ankle.
They don't really challenge. They don't really challenge the up down. The way they use that challenge is on them. It's like when a lefty sees that pitch that is 6 inches off the plate. The guy rings him up.
I like that. That's
good. Crap.
I like that. I like that.
No.
I like that the outside pitch is called by some and some not. I like coaches. I like pitchers to have to pitch to a strike zone, to go ahead and fit in, to go, okay, this guy's got a wider strike zone. This guy's got a narrow strike zone. This guy calls a high strike. It's part of the game. To make it all universal, I think is boring. Don't like it.
We'll see.
Don't like it, but I get why. I get why they're doing it. I mean, I like that about some people don't. Right? Zach hates it. I like it. I like that about baseball, but people want everything to be uniform. No, because they're inconsistent, Joe. Angel Hernandez and CB Buckner were all over the place. They weren't consistent. If you're a good umpire,
the plate is 17 inches wide.
Yeah, but it's always been interpreted. Baseball's always been that way.
It's gonna make it better.
Is it?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know if it is. We'll see.
I think it will.
We'll see. You'll
get the consistent strike zone.
Maybe, or maybe we get inconsistency based upon the cameras and the robots and everything else. I don't know. Let's see it get implemented. Let's see how it works. But I'm not sure it's going to work the way everyone thinks it's going to work, because we all were, let's go ahead and have instant replay come into play for pass interference. Yeah, we all love that going into it. They're going to replay pass interference. And what happened in the Saints game? The Saints playoff game against the Rams, and they didn't call it, and it didn't get replayed. And everybody freaked out, and then they yanked it. They pulled it the next year. Like, okay, forget it. You can't replay that anymore.
Marcelo Anda and the rest of you Saints fans, he brought that up. I did not.
Just saying, that's just what we all thought at the time going in. We thought it was a good idea. And then it wasn't a good idea. So, we'll see. One quick basketball story from last night, which I thought was pretty neat. Did you see this court?
I did. I love it.
Shouldn't that be their permanent court? That should be their permanent court. That should be their
permanent court. That should be their permanent uniform. It should be the
Raptors.
Who doesn't love that guy?
The Raptors beat the T-Wolves. They haven't lost to the Timberwolves like in 6 years.
Yeah.
But that uni and that Vince Carter dunking dinosaur should be their permanent logo.
100%.
That logo's sick. I saw that. I was like, that's really cool.
Yeah. I have a Raptors hat and I have a Raptors t-shirt with that logo on it. I love it.
So good.
I gotta find the nice Raptors old school jersey with that on it. I think
Barney Arena.
Barney Arena. Hey, call it whatever you want, Joe. TFP. I love it.
Great.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't say that I don't.
Yes, they modeled the Raptor after Vince Carter. That's why it's the Vince Carter Dino, Edison. Yes. His famous dunk in the dunk contest.
When he came down, said it's over. It's over. I love that gif. They should use these all the time. But not all the courts are good. Like, that's a good court. Some of these courts for this cup thing, trash.
Some of them are pretty bad. Some of them are pretty bad. But all right, you guys often talk about the fact you want us to break down a lot of games. Yeah, you're going to get a whole lot of games coming up today. Our first Fight Song Friday, we've got UNLV ranked again, second time this year. They've been ranked. They're laying 7.5 on the road at San Jose State. 59.5 is your total. Why is this game significant? Well, the Mountain West Conference is a race. Boise, 6-0. Colorado State will not play Boise or UNLV, but they could play their way into the Mountain West Conference championship game, and they will do so as long as they don't lose, because UNLV has the one loss to Boise. UNLV goes out west and makes a statement tonight, destroys San Jose State, or is it potentially a trap game for them to lose here?
They got Reno next week, right?
Yeah.
Home game against UNR.
Yeah, the battle for good job out of you calling UNR. The battle for the Cannon.
Yeah.
Cannon game.
That's it. So it's this week, last road game, next week, home game, right?
Yes.
Here. Why? What's your first thought when you see UNLV minus 7.5? Too much?
Yeah. And under.
Too much.
And under.
It's definitely too much.
Yeah. This is an under game to me.
Oh. I mean, those totals in the 60s have been pretty good to the under.
I have a better number than this, though. I got it last night.
Okay.
This number opened up at 61.5.
Right.
So I don't think San Jose State scores as much as they scored against Boise, But Boise also got to the over, but they went over by 0.5 point in their game, was 63.5, and it went over due to a defensive touchdown late. That game was not headed to go over. Oh, rain and wind. There we go. Thanks, Tommy. Rain and wind in San Jose.
I like that. Okay.
So, weather can be a factor.
Thank you, Tommy.
The wind.
That's
by the way, you see the wind that's coming here on Sunday?
Might be here Saturday for the race.
Really? Are you kidding me? 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts? Those things are going to turn to paper airplanes.
They might fly.
That literally they might take off. If they get any air between the tire and the ground, zip, goodbye.
Saw the forecast last night. I said, this thing is not meant to be here.
Yeah, Mother Nature's like, get it out of here.
I mean, it's crazy. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, oh man, I was going to go out Sunday. If I go out, my eyes will be killing me.
30-mile-per-hour sustained winds on Sunday and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts on Sunday. Yeah. Amanda lands on Monday night, so I'm hoping it gets out of here. Otherwise, it's going to be a bumpy landing for them when they come on in for the week.
Yeah,
that's going to be crazy. But I like the under in the game. I'm very worried about UNLV covering that.
Same.
Number. Very nervous. I hope they kill them. I hope they absolutely blow them out. But yikes. I really don't know.
They have to win both?
Oh, UNLV?
Yeah.
Oh, they have to because, I mean, CSU is not losing. Boise versus CSU is going to be the Mountain West Conference Championship game.
Oh, so they can't even get in.
Unless they stub their toe.
Okay.
So they've got the games remaining for Boise. They play Fresno State tomorrow night, and then they play Utah State at home.
Yeah,
both Fresno and Utah State suck.
Right.
So it has to be a massive upset, and CSU just gets a really beneficial schedule where they don't play Boise and they don't play UNLV.
Oh wow!
And then Boise's going to be a 22-point favorite in that game. Stinks because I want a rematch of UNLV against Boise. It would be awesome
at their field.
Yeah, up there in the elements.
That would be fun. I'm hoping we get that.
Yeah. Game of the weekend is number 2 Ohio State up against number 5 Indiana in this one. Your Big Ten standings are pretty wild. Oregon 8-0. Indiana 7-0. Ohio State with the 1 loss to Oregon at 6-1, and your Penn State Nittany Lions sit at 6-1 as well. 9-1, 11-0, 10-0, 9-1, 9-1. Those 4 teams all are in line to make the college football playoff. But Indiana, the number is coming down fast, Dave. There are a lot of people who like the Hoosiers. It went from 13 to 10 to back up to 11 here today. Buckeyes winning and covering, or you like the Hoosiers to stay close?
Man, I want the Hoosiers to cover. I want the Hoosiers to win. I think it'd be so much fun for college
football. Game of the week. Indiana is trash.
Whoa.
Trash. You guys are on one today. What? Who pissed in your Cheerios this morning?
Man, Mr. Anderson.
You guys are mad about everything today. Indiana is trash. Wow.
Give them a poll because they voted that Ohtani
70%
or Tomlin would be 70% of your quarterback or your head coaches.
Yep.
Indiana plus 11. Ohio State minus 11. You guys get in the chat and vote and make it known if you'd like to in the chat who you're voting for or why you don't think this game is good. Mr. Anderson, I'm surprised. I thought this was a good game. It's a blowout.
The Big Ten's rethinking why they invited Oregon.
It's not true. It's not true at all. It's for the uniforms.
Oh, for the unis.
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch this game. I really can't. This is going to be super fun. I think Indiana, we're going to know really quick. I think we're going to know in the first 3 possessions whether or not Indiana is going to be in this game. Ohio is better everywhere. That is true. I will give you that. Oh, public dog with fleas.
I did the show yesterday with Teddy and Steve Merrill. Teddy made a good point. Indiana hasn't been a dog yet this season.
Correct. But they also haven't been on the road in a big game yet this season.
Indiana hasn't trailed yet.
Right. Both those things are going to happen on Saturday. So
they're dogs and they're on the road.
Yeah. And they're going to trail. They're going to be losing at some point.
Right. So how does that go? And, he said it. It goes in a blowout.
Big noon kickoff. Indiana not being a dog is telling about that schedule.
Well, maybe.
I mean, but Big 12 might actually be better than the Big 10. I can't argue that point.
Overall?
Yeah. You can make top to bottom. Yeah. You can make that case.
Some bad Big 12 teams. There's
some bad Big 10 teams.
There's Big 10 teams.
There's some really bad Big 10 teams at the bottom of the conference. There's some really bad Big 10 teams down at the bottom. Now you have elite at the top, obviously, but boy, I think this is going to be a lot of fun. At first blush, I say lay it with Ohio State. I tend to agree that the Buckeyes.
I just know the way these things end.
Yeah, the Buckeyes are at home.
Ohio State winning by 14.
They're at home and they're better. When they're at home, it's one of those things where I'm like, Indiana's on the road. You got to learn to win that place, man. Indiana's been a house of horrors for them to go in there. Now they have a number 5 next to their name.
It's all different though. Like all that stuff is done. Cignetti's 64. He's got $8 million a year contract now. He don't care about nothing.
I don't know. Your Penn State Nittany Lions are laying 11.5 at Minnesota. Showed you the Big Ten schedule, the Big Ten standings already. Obviously, this game you guys got to win if you guys want to get into the Big Ten title game. It's still possible. 45 is the total with an 11.5 point number for Penn State.
I don't want to play in a Big Ten championship game. Just keep winning the games you got to win and then just sit, piss everybody off when you get the home game against Notre Dame.
Row the boat. Uh-oh. Sorry.
Punch drunk. What?
Just disagree. This is
I saw King of Car Seats said it earlier. Minnesota people coming out.
Go ahead, but this is the number. This is the wheelhouse for James Franklin. 6 and 24 points. This is where he just does his work. Penn State, lay it. Gophers ain't scoring.
Maybe the Gophers in the first half.
Maybe, but they're not scoring. Their offense is good enough.
Games have not gone well in the beginning, but it's different. They've been making adjustments at halftime on the road. The USC game, a perfect example. Penn State's going to win this football game. I think they're going to cover, but I'm biased. I'm definitely biased.
This is just, to me, it's just a bet the trend of James Franklin and how dominant he has been. Lay the points. They'll find a way to cover.
Not going to score that many points.
Agreed. Oh, hi, Jack.
Jack Hoff. I haven't seen you for a while. What does that say?
Yeah, just a quick one. I'm not putting this up for too long.
Oh,
I might get in trouble.
I'll read it. What is it? Ski
Moo Yuma. Whatever the whole.
The only Minnesota team I'll cheer for. The Gophers? He cheers for the Gophers?
Look at King of Car Seats with the kiddos. That's great.
Oh, look at that.
On the ice.
King of Car Seats, hockey. Look at that. PJ Fleck to the Steelers after the weekend. Not today. No.
Come on.
You better worry about the Bears on Sunday.
PSU is the best team I've seen in person this year. Okay. But that was early in the year against West Virginia when they went down there and killed.
Yeah. They played good there. And they won all the road games so far. Is that worth anything? Apparently not. The strength of schedule stinks.
I'm laying the points.
Blah, 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 blah.
I'm laying the points. Give me Penn State. Notre Dame, Army, neutral site.
How do we know how this one goes? Come on.
Right? This feels ugly.
Come on.
This feels ugly, right?
This is in the Bronx.
Yep.
Home of Aaron Judge and the New York Yankees, American League MVP. Yep. Those of you that need reminded of that. And 45.5. Notre Dame minus 14.
Army to cover, Sonic.
Really?
The Army money line.
Oh.
Eric, are you jet lagged? Are you feeling okay, Eric? What are you doing? Money line.
Man.
Oh my. Army's played one team over 500 all year. Yep. This is bad.
Tell him, Tommy.
This is bad. Yeah.
They're going to crush them.
They're going to crush them.
They're going to crush them, Mr. Anderson.
Ooh, good question from Timmy Campbell. If Penn State sneaks into the Big Ten title game and loses, do they miss the playoffs? No.
Oh, Tim.
No.
TC, come on.
They have 2 losses. It pushes them into like the 10, 11, 12 category.
Oh.
They don't miss it. They don't miss the playoffs. They just get a very poor seed if that happens. Yeah.
Floated the idea about going to the Big Ten championship game in Indianapolis if Penn State's in it.
There you go.
Never been. We'll do the show Monday from Pierre's barbershop
in Indianapolis. All right.
Yeah.
Pierre in the cut. We go do it from his barbershop.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
From the barbershop.
Army, Timmy. I don't know. I'll sell 21 points for Notre Dame. Yeah. You can alt it if you want.
Wow.
Army. Yeah, runs gonna get stuffed. I would agree.
That's the problem, right?
Team total under 14.5 points. Agreed. Roger, I agree. Army's not scoring. That's the problem. They're just not scoring.
If they do, though, the game's going to go over.
Sure.
Right?
If they score, they're in the game.
If they get, they can trade scores the first couple.
Yeah, it's like 28-20. They'll lose by 8. Like they'll cover. Right.
And they do throw the ball a little bit now. So.
They have been, they've been throwing the ball more. That's true. They have been throwing the ball more than recent years. But I think
35 to 40 mile an hour winds Saturday night. Where, Timmy Muccio? In New York?
Really? That's what's happening here.
Oh boy, Mooch. Oh.
I don't know.
Maybe they're getting them. I don't know. I'll have to check. There's going to be a high wind alert.
Where are they seeing that? It's 16 miles.
_Duster 007.
That's not true.
My buddies like Indiana and Army moneyline parlay. Looks like I will be taking OSU.
Good point.
Duster's paid attention.
52 degrees, low of 46, wind at 16 miles per hour in New York City. There's no wind to worry.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Nothing going on. Yeah. No, there's no weather to worry about there on that. So on that, Ole Miss at Florida. This is a trickier game than at first blush. Okay, Lane Kiffin is a demon on the road as a favorite by double digits.
Mm-hmm.
Florida's won and covered 3 straight games. They've won 3 straight games. Well, they're playing really hard right now for Billy Napier.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very curious. I like Ole Miss. I'll lay the points. I think Ole Miss is a top 3 team in the country, but they got to go prove it this weekend.
This is one of those ones. And I haven't talked to the doctor yet about a parlay, so I was waiting. I should reach out to him now, but I reached out to him yesterday and he hasn't responded yet. He would have Florida plus the points on this, I think. It's one of those ones that feels like yes, you said everything, Ole Miss, this, that, whatever. And I don't know if it's my eyes playing tricks on me, but I think Florida keeps it close. I think they're in the game for at least a half. Maybe all the way down to the end.
I don't know. I'm with Tommy on that. I think Ole Miss rolls. I think Lane Kiffin's going to put up a big statement here in this game here. It's a chance for Ole Miss to flex their muscles a little bit to the committee on the road against Florida. I'll lay the 12. Boise's laying 23 at Wyoming. It's a quick one, but any thought that Boise gets tripped up here on the road?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so too. BYU at Arizona State. Everyone's on Arizona State.
Can you blame them?
Man alive. Everyone hates BYU. I like BYU. I think they bounce back.
I don't know.
Tough game. Arizona State's played really well this year. They've been hard. They've been really a hard team to face.
I got Arizona State 8-2 and 8-2 against the spread.
Yeah.
Quietly.
Right? Quietly against the spread. Yeah.
Like, look, I look at that when I wrote all this stuff down. I'm like, they're 8-2 against the number. Why is nobody? We haven't even talked about one of their games.
Arizona State. Because they're in a total rebuild. New coaching staff, new everything. They're under sanctions. Arizona State is under NCAA recruiting sanctions because of what happened with the previous with what's his name with I'm blanking on the guy playoff guy. You play to win the game. Herm Edwards.
Yeah.
They're all under sanctions.
Right.
Yeah, Scottibo's been a beast. That is true. Their running back has been tremendous.
Right.
It's a hard dude to tackle. That guy's played really, really well. Stadium's sold out. Sold out for this game. That's rare. You know this. You live down there.
It is
Arizona
rare.
State selling out games. Woo-hoo. 8-2 ATS. You're right, Tommy. Yeah.
Couldn't get anybody to go to the games when I lived there.
Yeah. Still, they really can't still. I mean, they have a hard time getting people to go to games now.
It's so much fun. I don't know why.
Stadium sucks.
It's not great.
Sucks. Stadium. I've been there for multiple. Well, it used to be the Inside Bowl. We used to have been multiple bowl games down there in that stadium. Had a wild conversation with the coaching staff of Iowa State after a bowl game one one year in the bowels talking football. It was fun.
Yeah.
About everything, about the state of everything. It was neat. It was like when coaches can let loose when the season's over, bowl game's done, they can just kind of unload and tell you everything that they think, everything that they think.
Biggest game in 10 years, the juice says.
Probably, yeah. I mean, it's a big game.
It's talking about the scenery.
Scenery is nice. Scenery is nice.
That mountain behind and all that stuff. It's great. The scenery is awesome.
IQ level of the people going to the game, not that high, but the scenery is very nice. Yes.
Whoa. What does that mean?
Arizona State's the easiest school in the country to get into. If you have a heartbeat, you can get into Arizona State. So, we'll see. Colorado on the road at Arrowhead. They have Kansas, which is all of a sudden becomes everyone's favorite darling to bet Kansas after they beat BYU on the road. They come back home to Arrowhead, and Colorado has to have it. Has to have it.
You got to give them a poll because they're voting Indiana at a 58% clip.
Okay. Here is your standings for the Big 12.
Yeah.
BYU 6-1, Colorado 6-1, Arizona State, like we talked about, 5-2, Iowa State 5-2. 4-3 teams. A multitude of them are at 4-3 at the moment. The Cougars lose and the Buffaloes lose. And Arizona State wins. They're 6-2, 6-2 Colorado, 6-2 BYU. Iowa State will be 6-2 after this week as well. It is a mess at the top of the Big 12 as to who plays in the Big 12 championship game. We really have no clue as of right now who's going to play in the Big 12 title game.
Not at all.
It says everyone likes KU plus 3.
Give them a vote. Give them a vote. We got to do a poll. We got another road favorite.
Yes, we said that. I said Kansas City. It says it on the screen. JC from KC in Kansas City.
Well, some people might not know that.
There's only one stadium in Kansas City that they play college football at.
Right.
What's the poll?
Colorado -3, Kansas +3. Who are you taking? Game is a toss-up. No way you're not going Kansas +3. It's Mr. Anderson.
I think the majority of people are going to
T-Low, Kansas defense allowing 6.4 yards per play last 3 games. Buffs and over. I want to see Colorado win at this point. I do. More of them right now. Kansas messes it up for everybody. Brings everybody back
in every game that they have lost.
Oh my.
Really? They led against UNLV? Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. They blew that game against UNLV. That's true. They did blow against it. Boy, Colorado by 10.
Dave's still.
Wow. I don't know. I think it's going to be a very difficult game to handicap, to bet, in-game it potentially. Colorado fans
like the game to play to the over or to the under.
It's Colorado. It plays to the over. It's all their big games play to the over.
Really?
On the road in particular, yeah. I play it to the over. Who doesn't want D in the playoffs? Some don't want him in there.
I use the under in the contest. We'll see how this goes.
You use the under in this game?
I did.
Is there weather?
I don't know.
Oh boy, the under in this game.
Yeah.
Jeez.
60. It was 60. We'll see.
Let me see. KU. Trying to see what the number is for the most for them. Let's see for Colorado State. Where's Colorado and Kansas? There it is. game being played at Arrowhead is a little bit of a hook, but Colorado is 6-3-1 to the over this year.
Mm-hmm.
They're 5-1-1 in Big 12 games, and KU is 5-1-1 in Big 12 games. You are bucking every trend with that bet. I don't think I agree with that. That's tough. At 60, that's tough. Turnovers, mistakes, defensive scores, special teams, punt returns for touchdowns. Yeah, Kansas played UNLV at Arrowhead. The game went under, right? Where was that game played? No, that game was played in the soccer stadium. It was played at the soccer stadium, not the football stadium. The game went under 23-20 win for UNLV. Yeah, the soccer stadium. The only other game they played at home, I think it was the Houston game. JC from KC, tell me which game they played at Arrowhead. The other game they put at Arrowhead. I think it was the Houston game. It was 46, and it was a 42-14 win for Kansas. Game flew over. I think it's already over, Punch Drunk. I think the Heisman race is already over. I think it's his.
I haven't looked at the odds.
Yeah, I think Hunter wins the Heisman. I think it's kind of over. To college basketball we go. A couple games tonight. Number 11, Tennessee gets number 13, Baylor. Total is 142. Neutral site game here for this one. Have you looked at college basketball at all yet? Are you still in college football mode?
I didn't look at college basketball today. I looked at the games yesterday. I didn't look yet today.
So Tennessee's 4-1 ATS.
This one is in a ballroom at the Baja Mar.
Correct. Yes.
It's so weird. I watched the St. John's and Baylor highlights.
Our guy Justin Perry is there. Our friend Justin Perry, he's there. He's courtside. He's sitting there watching, tweeting from the games.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to go down there one of these years. We'll go.
To Bahamas? To Nassau? Sure.
Just go in the ballroom, watch a game, come out, hang out in the casino.
Baylor beat St. John's yesterday by 1. Tennessee crushed Virginia by 22 yesterday.
Right. Yeah. That was an unbelievable game, Johnny.
I like
Parlay.
the Vols. They could be. They could be. They're really good.
There's people talking about that.
I like the Vols. I like them to win and cover today.
They cruised yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Hard fought win for Baylor.
Baylor finds a way to keep coming back in games and stuff. I don't know. They looked like they were going to gag that game away. Ended up winning it at the end on a buzzer beater. Yeah. Let's say your inkling might be right.
Okay. Duke, Arizona. This game's being played at Arizona. Big game tonight out west. You want a late night game tonight? You get home. This is the game you guys want to put on.
Oh, let's see. What time does that start? Down at the bottom.
Late.
Sweet. 7:30.
10:30 Eastern.
Yeah, 10:30 Eastern. You like a side? You like Arizona?
Yeah. They lost last game, coming off of a loss. Duke lost and then played Wofford in between and destroyed them. Huge victory. So they got that kind of anger after losing the game and the Cooper flag destruction, disgusting against Kentucky. Arizona's got a chance to rid themselves of the loss last time out. Did you stop it? Bet your mortgage. Cut it out. Oh, it's 8:30 local. Yeah, the dumb daylight savings stupidity.
Yeah, they're an hour ahead of us now.
It's plus 1.5. It's already flipped, Steve. Duke money showed up. Great. Take it. Better number. Typical.
I don't know where that's at. There's only one. Arizona's -1, and on the board here that I'm looking at.
That's what I got last night was -1.
Yeah.
Got plus 1.5 Arizona. Wow.
Good on you.
Dave's daily picks. It's 160.5 too high. Look, to me, Arizona doesn't play defense. Arizona plays up tempo. They go. So if I'm right and Arizona wins, the game goes over. So I don't mind favorite and over. Dog and under, favorite and over.
Just be careful. Those don't correlate as much in the college baskets.
Mm-hmm. When it comes to pace of play, it does, though.
It's a little early to be determining that.
It's Arizona.
Yeah.
It's Arizona. They've been playing this way for a while. This is not like new for the way Arizona plays. Tommy Lloyd wants to run. He wants to go up tempo. I mean, they have a top 15 team in adjusted efficiency, and they're the 9th fastest team in college basketball for length of possession. Like, they fly. Arizona does not waste time. They want to score and run. So if they win the game, I think the game goes over.
Steve Gramke got it at Bet Rivers plus 1.5. So if you guys are in the state with Bet Rivers, check it.
Good number.
I love the chat.
Wow.
It's great.
It's a great number. It's the best number on the planet to get Bet Rivers there. And then tonight, it's time, boys and girls. It's time. It's the Battle of the Platte. Creighton, Nebraska.
They crush them?
Sorry, Will. I haven't sworn the whole game. I fucking live for this game. I live for this game. I live for the tears. I live for the crying, the Husker whine.
Oh, boy.
Even Fred, who I love Fred, even Fred Hoiberg bought into it yesterday in his press conference when he said, a lot of these guys wearing blue in the stands on Friday night are going to be wearing red on Saturday cheering for Nebraska football. And I don't really understand it. I've never gotten it. I've been here 6 years and I don't really understand it. He's 100% right. I spent 5 years saying that. I built my radio show around that on Pick a Side of the Platte and stopped being this. They call them J-Skers, Blue Jay fans and Husker fans. They're called J-Skers, where they basically switch and move. And the Creighton fan goes, well, we don't play football, so I have to go play a football team. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. If you're a Creighton fan, you're a Creighton fan. And for Nebraska fans, like, well, our basketball team sucks. I want to go cheer for a good team. So then they go cheer for Creighton. It's ridiculous. Coach McDermott Monday may be on the show, by the way. So we're efforting to get Coach Mack on the show Monday. We're trying to figure out that time, logistics, and how to get him on Monday. They're coming to Vegas for Tuesday's their first game here in Vegas. So we're trying to get him after shoot around on Monday to come on in. The Jays lost the last time they played this game in Omaha. Creighton lost to Nebraska. None of these kids on the roster besides Ryan Cockbrenner remembers it, but the fans do. This is a blowout. This will be a drunk Friday night. The Jays are 33-1 on Friday nights.
So you're saying lay it?
I already laid it. I got a better number. Okay. I got 10.5.
Okay.
A part of me wanted to do an emotional hedge and just go ahead and take the 11 and just say, okay, if Nebraska covers, fine. If they win, at least I made money on it. And I'm going to be devastated if Creighton loses this game because they have so many big games about to hit their schedule. First road game of the year for Nebraska. 17,000 screaming people. Let's go. I can't wait for this game tonight. Fox Sports 1's got the game.
Man. All right. What time's that game?
Should be 7.
5 o'clock our time.
Yeah, 7 Central. 5 o'clock our time. I will be glued. That's where I will be at 5 o'clock watching that. Do you want to do Roll Call Friday now and NFL later, or NFL now on?
I just got the doctor's parlay. Let me run it for you guys real quick. College football. Game number 124, Virginia at home against SMU.
What?
Plus 280.
No.
Game number 138, Duke at home against Virginia Tech.
Don't mind that, but
game number 172, Utah at home against Iowa State.
Oh my!
Nope. He's shooting for the moon.
He really is. He really is.
And then he's got game number 220, Oregon State. Plus 330 on a money line. They're home against Washington State plus 12.5. Doctor, I mean, you need a doctor. I'm going to have to check on this kid. I'm worried about him.
Yikes.
What is he doing?
Those are moonshot games.
My God.
Wow. No, this is not a look. This is not a look ahead spot for Creighton. No Creighton basketball player is looking past Nebraska. Trust me. No. There's no one in this state. There is no other game but this game going on. This is as big of a rivalry that nobody talks about because these two universities hate each other because Nebraska's the big boy. It's a really weird thing. You never see this. The small Jesuit school with about 7,000 kids beats the living shit out of the 60,000 school, 6,000 students, massive conglomerate Big Ten team all the time. It never happens. there are more fans that go to a Creighton game than Nebraska games. Big 10 versus a Big East. It used to be Big 10, or it used to be Big 12 versus the Missouri Valley. You don't see this very often. So there's a lot of people that with massive, superiority complexes who wear Nebraska ends on their chest. When they walk in, they all get very sheepish. It's a very weird place for them to be. There is no overlooking this game. None. And yes, hopefully you got that. Yes, good call on that. Hopefully you trailed that Oregon State. They blew the game, though. They had to lead the whole game, and they lost at Oregon last night by 3. So, yes, the small Jesuit school is the big brother, 100%, at least in basketball. At least in basketball, they're the big brother. Lions and the Colts.
Yep.
Why do I like Indy?
Can't blame you.
I mean,
can't blame you. Everybody's waiting for the Lions to just,
No, I don't think they fall apart. It's just, I think the Colts cover. No?
I don't know.
I like the hook.
Opinion. I have no opinion about this game other than the Lions are going to win it.
Okay.
So I don't think this is the game they go.
No, this is a teaser special.
Yeah.
Pull it down just to 1.5. Take the Lions. But I think the Colts got a shot. I think they got a shot.
To win a game?
Yeah. Colts have a shot to win the game. KC, Carolina.
Stop the nonsense.
Panthers cover.
Good luck with that.
Panthers cover. Chiefs haven't blown out anybody. They don't blow anybody out.
Okay.
Panthers
Carolina's going to score what, 3 times?
I don't know. Maybe the Chiefs turn the ball over 3 times. I don't know. This is one of those games where the Chiefs just walk in there and they think that it's an easy walk into the park, and it's not. This is where they trip.
Get the Chiefs coming off a loss.
Yeah. 11-point favorites. They don't cover anybody. They don't blow anybody out.
Don't be surprised if they do this week.
Vikings, Bears.
Value. This one's interesting.
I don't know what the hell to do with this game. My first blush is take the Vikings, but I don't know.
Yeah. I said it yesterday with Adam. It's the 3rd road game in a row. Historical is you're supposed to take the Bears.
Right.
The Bears are coming off their best game. They're 4-5, 5-4, 5-4-1 against the number. Vikings are 7-3 against the number.
Vikings do not win in Chicago.
Thank you, Adam Pyatt. Somebody has to say it.
Vikings do not win.
It's going to be a rough weekend in Minnesota. You guys know I love you. I do. But the Gophers are getting got on Saturday, and the Vikings are going to lose on Sunday to the Bears.
Outside Chicago. Yeah, I like the Bears too, plus 3.5.
I do.
Broncos are here Sunday, right after the race.
Right.
Number opened at 3. It's now 6.
I mean, seriously, what are the Raiders doing?
Nothing, losing. Cashing my under.
How in the world can you take the Raiders in good conscience?
Cashing my over 6.5.
This is the ones where the bookies, you got to be a bookie, or you got to really, really like punishment where you go, give me the Raiders every week with this. They find value on it and blah, 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 blah. Broncos are not secretly good anymore. They're good. That this is a real football team that's going to, I think they make the playoffs. I think the Broncos are going to make the playoffs.
No, I think the Chargers make the playoffs. I have a hard time seeing 3 teams from the division making the playoffs.
They're going to be the last one in.
It could be. They might be. They're in conversation.
Unless the Dolphins run the table, which the Dolphins are going to beat the Patriots this week, right?
What number gets you to take the Raiders? 10.
Fair.
10, I take the Raiders. Otherwise, I don't take the Raiders. They're not going to score. Raiders aren't going to score. They have no desire, no interest. Raiders cover, but lose, maybe. But what are they playing for? I mean, Bo Nix will have to play really poorly, which can happen, but Bo Nix has played very well. Very, very well. I'm not touching it. If I'm teasing this game, I'm pulling it down, taking Broncos money line. I'm not going to tease it. I'm not taking the Raiders plus 12. No. Broncos pick just to win the game.
Smoke? Like they smoke them?
They can. I mean, turnovers going to be a big problem for the Raiders. It's possible. What do you do with the Niners? What's the number now? Because Purdy is now downgraded to questionable.
Wow, that's good.
So what's the number now?
I got Packers -2.
Okay.
Already done it. That's 3.5 now.
Yeah, okay. Crossed over because Purdy's not going to play.
Who's their backup?
They have 2, which they say they like, but
I don't even know who it is. That's great.
I read it this morning. They're not household names.
That's awesome. Good news. I love when that happens.
Brandon Allen and Joshua Dobbs are the backup quarterbacks. Brandon Allen will play.
The Dobbs guy from Pittsburgh?
Yep. They're combined 5-18 in their careers in the NFL.
I like my Packers position.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
I think they'll be the number 1 play in the Circa Million contest. Everybody on the Packers.
Because the line came out 2 or 2.5.
Mm-hmm. So
that will be the case.
Which I can't really argue. I think it's a good bet. It's a good play. Niners are in deep trouble. They may miss the playoffs.
See, now, again, it can be read as conjecture by people on the outside or trying to read an odd screen. But this really looks and smells like they set this up, betting the Niners early to get the number down, because this might have been known to someone in the outside world, and then smash all the numbers below the 3. And now, don't be surprised if this damn game falls 3.
Oh my, really?
Like whatever happens, and it ends 24-21. And the people that have the 3.5s at the end and have the short number at the beginning or the midweek, and everybody's happy except the book. I'm just saying, it didn't happen to me. I'm not in the room with the guys anymore, but I seen it a long time. What a setup. Damn. Oh, yeah. I think the Packers kill them.
What does the coaches have being a best friend matter, Roger? What does that matter?
What, Packers and LaFleur and
Shanahan? Who cares? Who cares? They're best friends. It's football. It's football, bro. And before we let go of Sports Grid and Sirius XM here, and we'll do a roll call in bonus time.
Yep.
Eagles, Rams.
Oh,
Sunday night.
I'm excited to watch.
Great game. I can't get over the fact that I think Philly kills them.
I don't think that way too right now.
I don't think the Rams are any good. I just don't think I don't care if Devontae Smith's out.
That affects the offense.
It does, but it's A.J. Brown. It's not DeMonte Smith. When A.J. Brown's in the game, they win. A.J. Brown's playing. They'll win.
Vital piece of information. Friend of the show, Dan Alexander, you guys know him as Newbie, is going to the game.
Nice.
He got a call from his dad, Papa Giorgio, he calls him, and mom. So we're coming out. We're going to the Eagles game. Perfect. Newbie's 3-0 since he moved out west going to games. He used to be the Newbie Mush. His dad is a lifelong season ticket holder for the Eagles and has never seen a road win.
Wow.
And I went, I got to tell people this, right? Like, this is a big, like, Papa Giorgio's 73, I believe. Something like that. So this is a big win if he can get it.
He'll get it.
Come on, Eagles. You can't, like maybe said on cash considerations, you can't let an old man down like this. Like, he's flying all the way across the country to see this team play and see his son. Come on. Go Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly.
A.J. Brown plays, Eagles win. A.J. Brown doesn't play, Eagles lose.
Is he playing?
Yes, he's playing. A.J. Brown will play. A.J. Brown.
Okay.
Let's go, Birds.
Let's go, Birds. Tell him, Yorkie.
Sports Avenger likes him as well. All right. With that. Sirianni will keep the Rams in play. Everyone hates Sirianni.
Man, oh man.
Everyone.
Who would you want more as your coach, Tomlin or Sirianni?
Seriously, right? There's a question. If you guys are watching live, Roll Call Friday hits you during bonus time. So you guys stick around, get your roll calls ready to go. If you're watching on Sports Grid or listening to SiriusXM, thank you for being here. We appreciate all of you. Have a phenomenal weekend. We're back on Monday. Remember, Monday, Tuesday of next week. And then we're off for the holiday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So 2 live shows, new shows next Monday and Tuesday for BVB. And then we're off for the holiday. Hope to see you all back here on a Monday for us. The rest of you guys don't move because we have Roll Call Friday coming to you during bonus time. Are we ready to go? Do you have anything special you want to
I have nothing. Nope. I have nothing planned. Nothing at all. Just get to business. We got to get this thing condensing.
Into a Roll Call Friday.
3 digits, area code, wherever you're watching the show from. You can put a wind report, a weather report. You can look for the cat. The cat ain't coming. It's not jumping. It's not happening. No cats.
No cats.
No, definitely not. No more stingers. Although, yes, we'll have a couple more.
Yes.
But it's November.
Right.
It's the week before Thanksgiving. There's a hell of a lot of people in the chat. There's a hell of a lot of people watching on the Twitter.
Yes.
Just peeked down and saw that number. 41. That's the number today.
Oh, okay. There's 423 people watching live on X though.
Right.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, 126 on 126 on YouTube.
Yeah.
Hi guys.
Yeah.
What's going on?
So we're pretty loaded up. So
right.
I think we'll be good. Wow.
Let's
Who's
start.
This? Era, look at this. Let's get it underway. Era Abrahamian, still blocked by Matt Peralta on the Twitter, but he's at 818 Northridge, California. My last day watching live for a while, starting a new job Monday. Congratulations on the new job.
Yeah.
And happy Thanksgiving to you and your family.
That's a wild start. Monday start on the week of Thanksgiving. Come in and stop. Like, come. Hey.
Okay. All right.
Phoenix.
6:02 in Phoenix, Arizona. Sonic the Wrench. Thank you, sir. We'll be down to see you soon. I got a text last night about coming down to Arizona. I'll let you know when. Joe the Fat Panda, TFP 303, Denver, Colorado, ready to hear a 30-minute deep dive F1 segment on Monday.
Sorry.
You will still be waiting if you show up on Monday to hear that. That will not be happening. Ask Addison.
Yes, right.
Him here in the chat, one of the wrenches. PB 941, Venice, Florida, 69 degrees, sunny and breezy. Happy old-fashioned Friday. Hope your cat is okay.
It's fine.
The cat, Marshmallow, is fine.
It's fine.
Go Pats.
Go Pats.
Vinko Martin Savage, 385, Croatia, and not a fan of Mike Tomlin. Unbelievable. Didn't see that coming, Vinko. JC from KC, 216, Cleveland, Ohio, 43 degrees. Somehow it's 43 now, and it snowed like it was the end of the world last night. Messed everything up.
We've been waiting for this one.
Oh. Scott Bartholomew. Look what he came with today. Not only is he here every Friday, running for almost the entire time we've been doing shows. Show number 700 is coming up very soon. 907, Ketchikan, Alaska. Lay the 3 with Arkansas State.
Okay. So here's the thing. According to, and CBW has been sending this to us forever. I don't know how far away Barrow, Alaska is,
Right.
but the sun set on November the 18th.
A couple days ago.
In Barrow, Alaska.
Yeah.
The sun will not be seen again until January 22nd. That's 64 fucking days without the sun.
That doesn't even make sense.
That's unreal.
Is that real?
According to Matt DeVitt, who's a chief meteorologist at Wink News in South Florida.
Holy crap.
The sun set in Barrow, Alaska and it won't rise again until January 22nd. That's 64 days with no sun in Alaska.
That sucks.
That sucks. So thank you for being here, Scott.
Woo, that would be a tough one for me. Did you go that 64 days without seeing the sun? I felt like you were like a month in Pittsburgh without seeing it, but nothing like that.
No,
oh, man.
Bad.
Well, thanks for being here and bringing sunshine to this show. Scott Bartholomew. Appreciate it. Francisco Ochoa, 951 Hemet, California. A nice 80 degrees today. That's wonderful in Hemet. Deuce Daly, 603 Windham, New Hampshire. Nice. We needed that. Dab that, New England. Kevin Roper, 601 Hattiesburg, Mississippi. 62 and sunny. Very nice down there. There's my man Tyrone Boyd, 202 Tyrone. Pardon a turkey next Tuesday, live on air. Yes! I don't think so, Tyrone, but if you want to do it, you want to be on the show, email us. AskTheBBB@gmail.com.
You did part of it. So there's a video.
We'll reach out to you, see if we can get that done. CBW 315 Oswego, New York. SU plus 11 over Texas Tech.
Syracuse.
Football.
Syracuse.
Basketball.
Both. Syracuse basketball over Tech. Syracuse football over Tech. Syracuse basketball. Yeah, basketball for Tech. Football for UConn.
SU minus 10 over UConn.
Sure. Why not?
A double Syracuse parlay. I hope you like my orange. Yep. I ain't got no Syracuse hat. Internet Rich, Pittsburgh, PA, 412. Good to see you here, sir. George Mason, 902, Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island, Canada. Go Birds. I know he's rooting for them. JPC the fourth. 313, Detroit. I got your hat ready to go. Not done yet, but I talked to Corbin. The kid took off all this time. I'm going to get some hats made, hopefully. I ain't going nowhere near the strip. He ain't nowhere near the strip. We're going to get that done. Timmy Kuliras, 2000, Sydney, Australia. Thank you for representing Down Under. You and Seabass. Sebastian Anthony leaves a comment every day on the YouTube. Please keep doing that, boys. Rainmaker, 512-412. Pittsburgh, PA, and noted Steeler hater. I mean, I thought you liked the Steelers, Lewis. The hell? I mean, they're only 8-3, still going to the playoffs. Relax. Eron Sean, 703, Centerville, Virginia, 40 degrees with some rain. 313, Tigers model hat. Dave, this one? Do you like this one? This one.
But the Bears, Tigers.
Bears, Tigers.
Argued.
Lions, Tigers, and Bears. Oh, my. WV Punch Rock 1, 304 in the dub. V Mountains. Tom of the West Virginia confirmed, ? We will take anyone at this point. We're going to be getting a new coach, I think, down in West Virginia. I think Neil's
done.
Not looking good.
Anyone's gone, yeah.
Football Guy 97, 717 Lancaster, Pennsylvania, 34 inch snow. That's why you're cranky. I understand.
Yeah.
Shovel the driveway.
Oh.
Listen to the show. Appreciate you, sir. Can't wait to meet that guy. Eric Prazzano, who I did meet with the kids last year at WrestleMania in Philadelphia. He's in 516, Long Island, New York. Cold and rainy. Stay warm. Don't get wet. Eric Conrad, 270, Madisonville, Kentucky. Cloudy and a chilly 46 degrees. Chris Otto. What up, PSU Auto? You know what's up this weekend. 412 Pittsburgh, PA, 32 degrees. It's snow in the air. Go! PSU, you're damn right. Win that game. Convincingly. Shut them all up. Tyler Wyatt, 865, Knox Vegas, which is code for Knoxville, Tennessee. 49 and windy, headed to the airport to get the F out of here.
Don't blame you.
You coming here, Tyler? Let me know. We'll hook up. Say hello. And bring your people. Just Zach, 860, Bristol, Connecticut. It finally got some rain. Well, there you go. Bring the rain in Connecticut. Roger Long, 765, Clinton, Indiana, 44 and cloudy.
In cloudy.
Cloudy. I knew what he meant.
Yeah.
Chef Benny, back in the 401 after a week in the 512. Weekend with the daughter is exactly what the doctor prescribed. Amen. Kat just wanted to wear the helmet to support the brand. You're right about that. That cat video was, I mean, literally my second favorite thing about today.
Oh, no.
Which we'll do at the end. Garrett Brown. Hello, G. 425 Kirkland, Washington. The in-laws' power has been out for 3 days, and they are staying at our house.
Sorry.
They like the show. Tell them you're watching the show. We'll shout them out on the show. If they're still there on Monday, let them know.
Let us know. We'll help you out.
Yeah. We'll try to get them distracted and watching the show with you or different time. Vinny Konwitsky, 260 Fort Wayne, Indiana. Cloudy and 45 degrees. That's pretty much the temperature everywhere over there, huh? Everybody's around 45, 40.
Nasty.
It ain't 45 down there. Pedro Franco, 021 Rio de Janeiro, Brazil.
Nice job, though.
Right, Andrew Fletcher, 703 Tysons, Virginia, 38 degrees, windy and wet. Remember, you don't worry about the wet, you bet the wind.
We don't bet the wet, we bet the wind.
Don't bet the wet, bet the wind. I think we could fit, it's 6 words. I think we could fit that on a shirt.
Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing Jonathan Brooks play this Sunday. Go Panthers.
Yeah. Amen. Let's go. Okay.
Jordan 1-star Gora, 702 ALS. He meant Las Vegas, and it's a typo. He meant LAS.
Yes.
1-star typo with one finger. What are you doing, Jordan?
Yeah, he meant he meant to do that.
There we go. Las Vegas FF1. Right.
Yes, there we go.
Thank you. TC Tim Campbell, 814 Central Pennsylvania. Depressed by the Steelers. Pick me up, Nits. That's one of the benefits of playing Thursday. You still got to pick me up Saturday. And then, man, if the Nittany Lions lose on Saturday, I ain't coming out of the house on Sunday. G-Berg, 716 Hilaire, Buffalo, New York. Bills Mafia train is accepting passengers. Woo, woo. On board, baby. Let's go, Buffalo. LL, 480, Chandler, Arizona, 80 degrees. That's perfect. I mean, perfect.
Right.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Ian Lights Out, 718, Brooklyn, New York, 40 and rainy. Proper shitter of a Friday. No doubt about it. Good call, Ian Lights Out. Deer with an E, Jakes, 270, Brandenburg, Kentucky. Let's go UK Wildcats. Basketball?
Yeah. They live it down there.
Not the football, right?
No.
Not good.
No.
Brandon S., 216, Cleveland. Another Friday, rainy and cold. I wore the Cleveland stuff for you. Kevin Whitrock, 319, Iowa City, 37 and cloudy. Hope Marshmallow's recovering well. Marshmallow's fine.
He's fine. It's curled up in a
corner.
corner.
Cat. He didn't even get phased. He's just like,
good.
damn it. I missed. That's all.
Bruised ego.
God. Crop _ Duster, 007. 757 Newport News. 60-hour work week is fucking overrated. Man, ain't that the truth. Regardless, go Horns at A&M. Smells like piss as always.
In bonus time, we can put a lot of these different
things.
Say
whatever you put up there in bonus time. This is the benefit of doing Roll Call Friday
on a bonus time.
Because you guys could let it fly because you're guaranteed I'm going to read it.
Yeah.
My man, Jack Hoff. I love Jack Hoff. 651 Lakeville, Minnesota. Bears fan till I die. But go Vikes this weekend.
Woo!
Fire Floose.
Wow.
Wow, that's cold. Man, that's rough. Mikey Awesome, the wrench. My man, 757 ODU, Brigadeville, Virginia. Last ODU home game tomorrow. I heart the hashtag BVB Brigade. LFGO. The Juice, 480. Ahwatukee, Arizona. Perfect 80 degrees. Capella over 7.5 rebounds. Steph over 10.5 rebounds, assists, combo. And go Devils. I got my Cam Skate Burrito shirt ready for tomorrow. All right. That's a lot right there. There's a lot of Arizona shit in there. All right.
A friend of mine just sent me an article about F1 drivers bitching that the smell of marijuana is too prevalent on the strip. Good. Go the fuck home. Go
Welcome.
Away. All of you.
Welcome to Vegas. I mean, it's
home.
Like that every day.
Go away. All of you. You don't like it? Go home. We don't want you here anyway. Go home. Go away. All of you. Go away.
See Christian Hastings 317 Indy repping. He may rep everybody on Sunday with that 7.5.
Let's go.
Steve Gramke 513 Cincinnati, Ohio. It's 43 degrees and raining here. Yeah. Timmy Muccio. Hi, Mooch. 732 Long Branch, New Jersey. Cold and rainy. Let's go Cadets. Boy, that would be the biggest one, P-Roll. If the Cadets win, that upsets and opens
Irish. Oh, boy. Change everything.
Irish out. They can't lose. That would push them out and someone in. Out and in is always good. Gio DeWap, 949 Seal Beach. Listening with the kid Lucan and enjoying this amazing SoCal weather. Glad to see that you're feeling better. Tell the kid I said hello. We'll talk to you soon. Linus Crimmage, 905 Newcastle, Ontario. 7 degrees Celsius / 44 Fahrenheit. Still not too cold there. That's good. Douglas Patton, 978 Andover, Massachusetts, 43 degrees. What does that say?
Cat's down to 8 lives.
Cat's down to 8 lives. That some bitch just jumped right up anyway. I seen that cat. Like got springs in his legs. Sonic, $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. To Wrench. Need a show account and Dave on Blue Sky. Oh,
I determined when I get to 500 followers myself, then I'll get a BVB account for us. So I'm at 200. So it's not there yet. But yes, we'll do all of that for sure.
I did 100%. A roll call Friday rally post over there today too. Awesome.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, more platforms, more people.
Excellent. We'll do it. Chris-88 724 Pittsburgh, PA, AFC North weather.
True.
Absolutely. Can't believe they lost that game. I can though. Ross Randall, 978 Amesbury, Massachusetts. 46 degrees, raining. 10-mile-an-hour winds out of the east. The boat is still in the water.
Wow.
I hope to get a few more days out on the water. All hail Marshmallow and BVB to the moon.
Good stuff.
I mean, we might have to get a picture. I'll put that on a T-shirt of
cat falling.
Underscore the Adam up in the 207 Fort Kent, Maine.
Where the fuck is that? Where is Fort Kent, Maine?
We got Maine on the list.
That's a first.
That's tremendous. Well, no, the one time you were up there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I can't. Yeah,
you got us there. But
I got us
that was
there.
It.
Fort Kent
Maine for Thanksgiving.
Fort Kent, Maine is so far up there. It's literally on the U.S.-Canada border.
Really?
Holy shit. Yes. Okay. Literally that's as far north as you can go in New England. It's as far north as you can go unless you're in like North Dakota. Like that's far.
Really?
That is up there. Yeah, he is up there. That's wild.
Very up there. I like it when it's up there. Pierre in the cut, 317 Indy, #Wintry Mix.
Always.
Enjoy that. Sports Avenger 724, Sharon, Pennsylvania, 44 degrees and rain / snow, just crap. SoFi Stadium better be ready for diving eagles to make a landing. Fly, Eagles fly. #, by the way. Oh, no, that's another bird. By the way, Dave, that must be so hard wearing that. Yes.
The brown stuff.
Good luck, everyone. Yeah, the brown stuff. It's over.
Oh, wow. King Carseats is not a Gopher fan.
Oh, perfect. That's good news. All right. I'm a King of Car Seats fan either way, but he's in the 612 Farmington, Minnesota, not actually a Gophers fan. Parentheses, why would you be? Good luck this weekend, sir. Thank you.
Agreed.
For the Bears to cover. I'm just saying, don't use them in a contest, whatever you got to do. Keep sending them picks, and you're doing a hell of a gig. Hell of a job with all them entries. Kyle Meyer, 541 Eugene, Oregon.
Last
Oregon.
one.
That's good.
Last
Fish
one.
Killer 73, 540 Roanoke, Virginia. Cold and windy.
Yeah, and then one more super chat.
JPC the fourth with a super chat for a Finn. I know it's proxy service season, so no worries on the hat. That will be the playoff hat. Have a good weekend. Go Lions, even your Nittany ones. Oh, baby. Yeah.
Multiple lines.
We're all lined up. We're all lined up. I ran into something Lions on
all right.
week.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Thought about doing the emotional hedge. I'm not. Creighton laying 10.5 to Nebraska tonight.
Got to be play. Got to be a bet.
They've won by double digits in, I think it's 6 of the last 8 times they played.
Nebraska can't possibly have a team enough to score in this, right? Like they're going to, I mean, this is one of those ones Creighton puts up 75 and Nebraska gets 60.
Yeah, first half over. Jay scored 90 tonight.
Oh.
Yeah, Jay scored 90 tonight.
That type of party.
I think it's 90 to 72 type of final, somewhere in that range for that. I'd be surprised. Team total Creighton is going to approach that. So Arizona -1 against Duke tonight.
D Weezy, I see you 704 Ishville just made it in time, and Daniel G 989 Saginaw, Michigan. I just saw that. So both of you just made it. Yes, we're gonna shout you out. I don't want to be accused of missing either one of you. Arizona got to be a play too.
Yeah,
I think that's a winner.
Under 60.5 UNLV tonight.
I don't know why you like this. Don't they score 35?
They didn't when they went to Oregon State. I don't think San Jose State scores tonight.
Oh, we get a good defensive effort from.
Yeah, I don't think San Jose State scores tonight.
Oh, okay. Well, if that's the reason for the play, then okay.
Yeah.
Because it says what, 35-17, something like that?
35-10. Somewhere in that range.
Okay. Say bet it.
Taking a shot here. Celtics team total over first half, 65.5 against the Wizards. Highest of the year. Yeah. Total's 237 in this game.
This should go over, but this might be the line of demarcation.
This is high. 65.5 is high.
Like this is a lot. It's been in a year.
This is a lot of points.
Yeah.
A lot of points in the first half, but I think
they scored 70 against them the last time they played them.
72, I think.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot.
So I'll say book it because this is what the bookmaker's supposed to do is get to a number and then make you do it. Addison 812 B-Town, Indiana left a deuce.
Yeah.
There it is. Need your F1 picks, guys. You're the F1 expert.
Yeah, we know nothing about it.
We need your picks.
Yeah, your picks.
Put it in the Discord.
Not our picks.
TheBVBshow.com. Go get Addison's F1 picks.
Penn State laying 11.5.
God damn, I hope you're right.
Just a trend bet. Just bet it. 6 to 24 points. Favorite James Franklin's.
I think this has to be a bet.
Cash cow. Ole Miss laying 12. I think they put up. Send a message. Yeah. We're sending a message here with the Panthers with Ole Miss to Florida. I think the Panthers cover against the Chiefs.
You're crazy.
They're covering.
Okay.
Panthers covering +11. Chiefs win by 10. Panthers cover.
The Chiefs.
I do, but I think the Panthers cover. I think the Chiefs don't beat anybody by big numbers. They haven't for a long time. So, Fashion Show, by the way, is now charging $50 to park. It's free most days. Now it's $50 to park.
Free every day.
It's free every day. It's $50.
You never pay to park there.
It's $50 to park there today. Thank you, CBW, for sending that to me. $50. He wanted to leave a deuce too.
Thanks, Mikey. Awesome for
fucking assholes. 50. Fuck off, all of you.
I wonder how they're collecting that. There's no gates.
Credit card only.
They put up somebody at the entrance and said,
Las Vegas locally, $50 to park at Fashion Show. That's the last straw. F1 has to go. I tweeted this morning. F1 figured out that if we pay and we grease all of the influencers in town, they'll all be bought and paid for and shut the fuck up and not say a word about how bad this is. They figured it out. Because there's no integrity, because anyone who's an influencer, your existence is fleeting anyway. You're literally, your whole career is on a ticking clock. So you're just going to get as much money as you can get right now, because eventually you're going to be out of a job. So if a platform goes away, or if your people dry up, or you just lack influence, your job's done. This is not like, being an influencer is a very short period of time. So F1 just bought them all. So every major Vegas influencer they all went to a party last night. They all went to a dinner last night. They had this long table. They all were there, all the big influencers, and they all were having a good old time. And I went, you guys were the same people who were screaming from the heavens last year about how fucked up this thing is.
Wow.
You got bought out. And now you're all just there. So now same thing, $50 parking at the mall where it's free every other day. As Dave said, every day it's free. Now it's $50 to park at the mall. And it's not even near the track.
You got to walk down. You got to walk down.
Like it's Friday.
But you can't.
The race is.
Can you? I don't know. You might be able to see that one turn right from that corner.
I guess so.
That might be the one turn towards the sphere.
Yeah, enjoy it. $50 to park. Unbelievable. Packers -3.
We haven't done it for a while. If you guys are still watching and listening, thank you. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do. This is a B squared play.
What? Here we go. Knock it down, Packers. Search for the 3, by the way, not the 3.5. Search for the 3.
Yes.
So get the 3 because some which are already getting off a 3 going to 3.5.
Yeah.
Favorite thing about today is what?
2 things. One, it's marshmallow. The fucking cat set my whole morning. It was hilarious. I mean, I was just laughing so hard. I watched the video 8 times. Watched the cat twice. Then I watched your face. Couldn't stop laughing. Sent it to my kids. Begged my wife to watch it at work. Show her coworkers. I said, "Watch this cat. This is too good. Can't wait to see what Kendall says when I get home." But the second favorite thing about today, I got a text. There it is right there I actually got it from Meadowlands Rob, who's on the right. That's Rob Stern. He's been on the show. He's a Brigade proxy service guy, softball coach in New Jersey. Met Kelsey this morning, drove her to this school so she could observe the teacher in the day, and then took her to lunch after, and she got a ride after that because he had to go finish his day where he was at. And she was sitting there watching, observing deer 10 feet from her, freaking out. It was great. But, Stern's a guy I met in a book and have maintained a friendship with and a relationship with, and now he's a Brigade proxy service guy. He watches the show, been on the show. We're going to dinner in January with him when he comes back out to Vegas. I'm hoping he gets to pick up a quarterly check.
Yeah.
But all the above, it was a good excuse and a great way to know, again, we got guys in different places when you need help. Everybody needs help every once in a while. You reach out. He's like, yep, done. Boom. Okay, great. So favorite thing about today, people. We're coming out to Jersey. It might be happening soon.
For me, my daughter is doing something again, which I really like. She's doing this club where she's making these bracelets, and I don't know if you can see that or not, but she made me a dad bracelet yesterday. So I got to get to go ahead and wear this today. It was very sweet of her, but it's they're making bracelets for kids who are sick in the hospital. So it's a nice thing that I see my kid doing. And I got up this morning and she said, "Daddy, I made this for you yesterday at Era's Club." I was like, okay, that's very cool. So favorite thing about today is I get to wear a bracelet, and then it's F1 weekend, meaning they're gone. Favorite thing about today is that as of Sunday, they're gone, and we can put our city back together and not deal with these people anymore. And then we can get into the holiday week, which will be really fun and crazy. I got people coming into town. It's going to be a wild, fun week. Thanksgiving versus Christmas is always a big fight. People have been rushing past Thanksgiving a lot. Okay. I don't love Thanksgiving. I like it, but I do think we rush past it a little bit too fast. Everyone wants to be at Christmas. Like they want next week to be out of the way and then just get to Christmas. I love Christmas. My favorite time of the year, but I do want to give next week its due. Like let's at least have some fun with
Thanksgiving's my favorite holiday. I love it.
People always rush past it so much. It's just like they blow past it. I don't understand. Like I get it. Like there's more money to be made for Christmas, and people, the retailers want us to rush past it, and all the people are going to, do it. I get all that. But like, I feel like we've really rushed past Thanksgiving this year. And like, I got people coming to town and I don't want to rush it. I want to enjoy it. I want to have a good time. I want to have a good meal. We're going to do some Christmas-y type of things afterwards, but like go to the Bellagio and check it out once F1's gone, like do all those things. But I love Christmas. Christmas is my number one, but I feel like more and more Thanksgiving getting way rushed past. Like, come on, like let's have a good week next week and have a lot of fun. We're back Monday. Tuesday of next week. Take care of your turkeys. Yep, that's true. Take care of your turkeys, Roger. Thank you guys for being here on a Roll Call Friday. He is Dave. I'm Matt. We're back on Monday to recap it all for BV.